তুমি ইন্ট্রোডিউস শুরু করো।
স্যার আপনি প্রোগ্রামটা করুন,
ওকে,
ওনাকে ইন্ট্রোডিউস।
so very good morning and welcome the our entire team of SSM for organizing this event on IIC. We have got Dr. Ujjwal Marjit with us. Sir is the head Center of Information Resource Management, University of Kolani, and we have been in close contact with the sir for the last 1 year. Okay, sir, a lot of thanks to Dr. Marjit. Sir was in our college almost a year back in the November 2024. Okay, all of us witnessed his proficiency in the application of AI, particularly in the purpose of research. Sir, we are trying to develop an active research ambience and a research team at the college. And your vision, the way guided our entire team at that time, that is to explore various AI tools for the purpose for the benefit of the research. I think many of us are using that. But today, we are in a threshold that we want to move further because you have shown us a repository of various AI tools at that time. Some of us are using that, and it is also a fact that some of the teachers are yet to start about using the various AI tools which is applicable for the research. And the problem is that if you do not use, automatically it gets fade out of the mind. So that's why our research team, particularly R&D team, along with the Institutional Innovation Council of the college, we are trying to continuously arrange this type of sensitization program and make our teachers, as well as some students are also attending the program, that aware about the necessary AI tools for the purpose of making our research R&D more fruitful. Now, this program has been organized under a banner that is because of the Government of India program, that is to create. There is a summit of the Government of India AI Impact Summit 2026. So under IIC, they have invited all the higher education institute to organize some pre-summit engagement program like this. And the theme of this today's program is AI for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now, here we want to become Atmanirbhar in a sense of doing some active research work. We want to make our teachers more research centric as well as our students. Although it's an UG institution, undergraduate program institution, but in 4 years program, all the students have to go for dissertation. For them also, this is going to be helpful. So that's why, sir, we are asking you, we are requesting you to open the entire AI resource that is having with you and guide us, enlighten us about how to make our more research journey more fruitful. So I request Prashanjit to introduce sir in front of the audience. And sir, we are using a different platform, StreamYard. So here number of participants, active participant is limited, but we have made it YouTube live. So from where our teachers, all our students are joining, as well as some of the our friends are also joining from other colleges. Because you are such a person, your proficiency is not limited to any university, any college. It is for all, for the larger community of R&D. Thank you, Prasenjit. You please introduce that.
Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity, and I also thank Dr. Shomen Teli for inviting me to introduce Ujjwal Marjit, sir. Dr. Ujjwal Marjit, sir, currently leads the Center for Information Resource Management of University of Kolani, and he has completed his bachelor's and master's degree in computer science, respectively from Vishwabharati and Jadavpur University. And he did his BLISC and MLISC from Madurai Kumaraj University, and he has obtained his PhD in computer science and engineering from University of Kolani. He was a visiting researcher in Norwegian University of Science and Technology, Norway, and he is associated with the Computing Machinery or Association for Computing Machinery, USA. So he has co-authored several book chapters and research journals, more than 70 research publications, and Dr. Marjit has attended many national and international conferences in India and abroad. So we are lucky to have him as a resource person in our today's program. And I will directly proceed to Dr. Marjit's presentation without wasting much time. So I request sir to please continue, and the stage is yours. Right.
Thank you. Sorry. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir, your presentation is visible.
Okay.
Sir, just one request. I think there is a like small bar showing that StreamYard is sharing your screen. So there is an option hide. You can click that hide, so that bar will go.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
No, it's okay. Welcome. So, good morning to everyone. At the very outset, I would like to thank Principal and Somentali and the other colleagues for giving me such opportunity to share some things. But my today's topic is separate than previous class because my topic today is building safe and trusted AI ecosystems in higher education. But I have been asked to deliver regarding the AI research. That is fully separate things. But thank you to the organizers for this opportunity. And thank you to all faculty members, research scholars, students who have joined today. So let me start with a very simple statement. Artificial intelligence. Oh, I am at the very outset. I would like to mention that no technical knowledge or core knowledge of artificial intelligence is required for these sessions. And nowadays, any people, any students from any background can develop the AI systems, AI apps without knowing any programming languages. Okay, that is the beauty of the AI. So artificial intelligence is already inside our classrooms and research spaces, right? Whether we acknowledge it or not, because students are using it, researchers are experimenting with it, faculty members are encountering it in assignments, manuscripts, and evaluations. So the question is no longer should we use AI? The real question is how do we use AI? How do we use AI without damaging trust in higher education? And the topic is nice. So in this session, I am not going to share with you the AI tools, how to use AI tools for your literature review, for academic writing, how to summarize. But here, because universities nowadays do not run on technology alone, okay? They run on credibility, integrity, and trust. So the main motto or objective of this session is how we can use the AI tools responsibly, how we can use the AI ethically, and should maintain the integrity, and how to attribute and give the proper credit, and from where and which parts of your papers or documents you have generated or you have used the AI technologies, you have to definitely declare it. So how you can declare that, I will definitely share with you, and that time I will share some AI tools. But not I am going to share today how to conduct literature review, how to identify research gaps, how to enhance or boost the academic writing, because it will take time. But the main topic is building safe and trusted AI ecosystems in higher education. Okay, so today's lecture is about how we can build AI ecosystems that are safe, responsible, and trustworthy. Okay, so especially for teaching, learning, and research. As I already mentioned, the sorry, as I already mentioned that AI is already we are using in various sessions. So the question is no longer should we use AI. The real question is how we can use the AI without damaging the trust. Okay, because so what AI really is? What is artificial intelligence? So before we talk about safety, we must first understand what AI actually does. I want to be very clear here, and I will avoid technical language. AI does think, AI does not think, AI does not understand, AI does not know the truth. Even it's only give you the output based on the patterns. Means what AI does is predict patterns. That is the main thing. So a simple way to explain artificial intelligence is this. AI looks at enormous amounts of past data and predicts what comes next. So whatever hype today about AI fully based on the generative AI because of generative AI. Okay, so actually the focus areas how we can use the AI powered literature review, AI enabled academic writing, AI enhanced peer review, AI powered data analysis, AI based summarization of paper. Suppose you have 20 papers, how you can summarize it, how you can create a knowledge base using these papers, and you are at the end of the day you are getting the results, but you don't know what type of algorithm had been used to sort your 20 papers. That is the main things and main motto of this paper. Suppose you have conducted literature review, you have used the deep research technology, because solo research is not a good thing. Deep research technology you are using, but you don't know from where they have collected the data. It will definitely tell you, but you don't know about the where about the entire thing, screening, sorting, searching, enhancing. So there are a lot of phases are involved in order to conduct the literature review. So when AI writes a paragraph, it is not checking facts, it is not reasoning like a human researcher, and it is simply generating the most statistically likely sequence of words. Suppose for conducting literature review, we are using connected paper tools, lit maps tools, site tools, SciSpace, Research Rabbit, and art discovery, Lumina, Undermine, Storm. So there are tons of tools out there for conducting the literature review, but you don't know from where they have collected the research papers that are being surfaced in front of you, and you are collecting. If you collect the answer without knowing or without verifying the resources, then it will damage your, it will harm your, it will damage your reputation. So that is why AI generated content often sounds means fluent, confident, professional, but confidence does not mean correctness, right? So this distinction is extremely important in higher education system, because in education, in research, in governance, in teaching learning process, everywhere we are using the AI tools, but we have to trust, we have to build the safe and trust AI ecosystems in higher education system. That is the main thing. So if you remember only one thing from this session, then remember this: AI means artificial intelligence produces plausible answers, not verified knowledge. So that is why in this time, the topic you have selected is a nice topic. So whatever you use for your research, for your education purpose, for teaching learning purpose, or in your governance, so you have to check its biasness, its algorithm, its training, how they train the data, everything you have to look up to. Otherwise, it is very much impossible to get the proper things without knowing. So I will in the 45 minutes left. So for the 45 minutes, I will discuss the 5 pillars of safe AI use in higher education or trusted AI ecosystem. Number one, ethical and responsible use. Number two, transparency and explainability. And number three, data privacy and security. Number four, human oversight, accountability. And number five, robustness, safety, and reliability. So it's a big term, but risks of unsafe artificial intelligence used in higher education. Now let us talk about what goes wrong when AI is used casually or blindly. Okay, that is the main thing. If we use AI casually or blindly, so there is an academic integrity risk. Like, let us begin with assessment. Okay, when student submits AI generated answers as their own work, right? Means learning is bypassed, skills are not developed, evaluation become meaningless. But this is not only a student issue. Suppose if if we say the faculty members, if faculty do not define boundaries, if faculty do not redesign assessment, and faculty do not discuss ethical uses, then the system silently encourage misuse. So unsafe artificial intelligence use weakness, the use it weakens the educational process itself. So suppose for conducting, if I open a literature tools, suppose how to identify research gap, size space. Okay. Now you just type, I want to conduct, just a minute. So what is literature review? Okay. So it will give you the answer, but you don't know from where this answer is coming. Okay. So it's a main things. So there is another issue. The main issue is here is the research hallucination. Okay. So before we start, you have to have some ideas about some terminologies. Then I will discuss the things in order to build the AI ecosystem that is safe and secure. Okay. So first of all, you have to have some ideas about artificial intelligence. What is generative AI? What is large language model? What is hallucinations? What is retrieval augmented generations? What is AI agent? what is agentic AI. So that are the main things. Definitely, you have to have an ideas about that. As I already mentioned, what is artificial intelligence? AI is basically it's a broad terminology for computer system, means that can perform tasks which normally require human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, or decision making. So AI does not think like humans, but it works by analyzing data and finding patterns. At present, you are using the ChatGPT. So ChatGPT can't think like humans, but it can analyze data and finding patterns, that is past data. So software that automatically checks objective answer sheet. That is the AI example. Suppose recommendation system, suggesting research paper based on keywords. So AI is the umbrella term. Okay. Now I am going to discuss what is generative AI. Right. So generative AI means it will generate some contents against your input. That is called prompt. Prompt engineering is one of the most important thing. So generative AI basically a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content. It will create new content instead of just analyzing existing data. Okay, it's a powerful and versatile branch of artificial intelligence, and it has become widely accessible to the public in recent years. As I already mentioned, that whatever hype today about the AI, fully because of generative AI. So it can generate text, images, audio, video, coding, and I am giving an example. Suppose you just open the ChatGPT and you type in what is literature review. Once you type in and hit the arrow button, upper arrow button, it will surface the entire contents about the literature review. Means at present the ChatGPT uses ChatGPT 5.2 model, artificial intelligence model, that is called the large language model. And using that large language model, you are getting the data. So you don't know what type of data, what type of content you are going to access. That is why we need trusted and safe AI systems. Because it's a black box. You are using the black box system. You're just giving the input, and against that input, it will produce the output. But you don't know whether the output is fake, fabricated, or made up content. But it will pretend that whatever ChatGPT generates, that is fully true, but not. Don't actually. You have to double verify it with the sources. Then you can get the idea what type of wrong informations it has within the content. That is called the hallucinations. Okay. So what is hallucinations? Hallucinations happens when artificial intelligence confidently generates false, made up, and fabricated information. This is not intentional. It is a limitation of how artificial intelligence works. Right? Again, I am repeating it. Hallucination is one of the most important thing. Suppose you see here. You open the ChatGPT and now you write what is OER. Okay. What is OER? Open Educational Resources. And it will generate the content for you. Okay. From various sources, because all the data has been trained, and against that trained data, it will produce the output in front of you but you don't know whether this content, generated content, is fabricated, made up, false, right? So you have to check it with the original sources. So hallucination happens when AI confidently creates some made up or false information because it has a limit. Suppose I am giving an example, another example. Suppose AI invents a journal article that does not exist. Many of the students or sometimes researchers are generating papers using the chat GPT, but they will give you the wrong citation, they will give you the wrong references, they will give the wrong informations, made up informations, false informations. And without checking, if you copy it and paste it, then you see the consequence and aftermath of the copy of things. So AI provides a fake citation with realistic authors' names. It's a horrible. So fluent language not equal to correct information. Okay. So that is the hallucinations. And now large language model. Large language model, suppose if you want to create a chatbot, okay, of your colleges, then you have already trained the data, whatever you have about the colleges, like faculty members, academic administrator, non-teaching staff, students, research scholars, curriculum, syllabi, exam results, workshops, and activities. You have already trained, and you have generated a model. There is existing LLM model like Mistral, Grok, Claude, Gemini from Google, Anthropic, Claude. So there are a lot of things or large language model. So large language model is a specific kind of generative AI trained on a very large amount of text data. So it can understand and generate human like languages. Okay. Hello. Morning. আমি একটা কাজ করে 10-12 মিনিটের মধ্যে যাচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, আমি এখানে আছি, আমি আসছি আসছি। হ্যাঁ। So that is the main thing. Okay. So LLM is specific kind of generative AI that trained on a very large amount of text data, and it predicts the next most like. So when you, I'm giving an example. When you ask, hello. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আসছে আসছে আমি তাহলে আসছি জাস্ট আচ্ছা জাস্ট এ মিনিট আসছি হ্যালো হ্যালো আচ্ছা এখানে অর্গানাইজার আছে হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ স্যার আছি, বলুন।
বলছি আমাকে একটু প্লিজ 15 মিনিট টাইম দাও 10 মিনিট একটু
ওকে স্যার, নো ইস্যুস, নো ইস্যুস স্যার। আমরা
কারণ
ততক্ষণে আমরা আমাদের মানে এই অ্যাক্টিভিটির মধ্যেই চালিয়ে নিয়ে যাচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে সরি এক্সট্রিমলি সরি একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট
নো নো স্যার, নো ইস্যুস, নো ইস্যুস।
কি করবো কি করবে
মৃদুদা কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে না। মিউট করা আছে বোধহয়।
হ্যালো হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে।
শোনা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
হ্যালো হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, শোনা যাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে।
ক্লিয়ার তো?
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, শোনা যাচ্ছে।
ওকে, সো okay, so I will start with the presentation.
Hello.
Please listen to me. I will start with the presentation.
এক মিনিট স্যার, আপনি কি ব্যাক মানে
হ্যাঁ, আমি চলে এসেছি। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
ওকে ওকে,
আপনার 15 মিনিট আছেন করে নি। হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। ওকে স্যার, এক মিনিট, আমাকে একটু জাস্ট টাইম দিন।
সরি ডক্টর মৃদুল ঘোষ, আই এম সরি।
না স্যার, ঠিক আছে, আমাদের মানে আমরা জাস্ট একটুখানি স্টার্ট করছিলাম, মানে আমরা ওয়েট করছিলাম আমাদের এখানে যারা পার্টিসিপেন্ট রয়েছে
আমি
তাদের সাথে।
ঘোষবাবুর কাছে একটু সরি, মানে দুঃখিত, কারণ উনি স্টার্ট করছিলেন তো।
না না
ঠিক আছে,
স্যার,
আমি
ঠিক আছে, আমি
তো হ্যান্ডসন দেখাবেন, আজকে আমি হ্যান্ডসন দেখাচ্ছি না, কারণ আজকে
হ্যাঁ
একটু টাইমে হবে না, অনেকে আছে তো।
ঠিক আছে স্যার। স্যার, আপনার স্ক্রিনটা আমি দিচ্ছি এতে। হ্যাঁ, ওকে।
থামুন, এক মিনিট থামুন, একটা আমার ইয়ে হয়ে গেছে, এটা 1 মিনিট।
হ্যাঁ।
হ্যালো, হ্যালো,
Yes,
শোনা
sir.
যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ
Okay,
স্যার,
okay.
শুনে যাচ্ছে।
So actually, I was talking about the large language model. Okay. Oh, where is just a minute? Okay. So, if you want to develop a chatbot or something like that, so you have to prepare first the large language model, and you can also use the existing one, and you can fine tune also. So, in order to develop the chatbot, you have just first generate the large language model, and using that large language model, you can fine tune in order to get the proper things. So, it's basically a models, AI models that are trained on vast text data to understand and generate the human-like language. Okay, so it's a very important things, because once you give the type in data, that is the prompt, and if you use the prompt better way, and if you give the better prompt, then you will get the better results from the AI models, that is the from large language model. So large language model is one of the most important things, like Olama, Mistral, Grok, Claude. They have their own large language model systems. Okay, but what is prompt? Prompt is nothing but the input or instruction given to an AI model to generate the response. Okay, so the main focus areas and the building safe AI ecosystem, I have already mentioned there are 5 clear pillars of a safe and trusted AI ecosystem. Okay, just a minute. So, number one, ethical and responsible use. Okay, because in order to generate the summary, or to conduct the literature review, or if you want to boost your academic writing, so there are tons of tools out there for that purposes, but you have to use it ethically. Means, suppose I am going to give you an example, then you have a clear idea. That is the GE. You see how to declare that you have taken help of the artificial intelligence in order to generate, or in order to develop, in order to generate a paper, in order to develop a apps. Then this is the declaration generator site, that is called the GAIDET declaration generator. Okay, so based on this ethical and responsible use, one of the most important things, because artificial intelligence should support human decision making and avoid bias, as I already mentioned, prevent misuse, and uphold academic and social and moral values. That is why ethical and responsible use is one of the most important pillars for developing or build a safe and trusted AI ecosystem. Okay, so you see, and second, that is transparency and explainability. Means, artificial intelligence system should clearly explain how decisions are made, what data is used, and why a particular output is generated. Means you have to maintain the transparency. Okay, so in order to make it transparent, you have to have some idea about their algorithms, their reasonings, their structures, and some, because at present you are using the AI system, whatever tools you are using for the research purpose, teaching, learning purpose, or means you're in your governance. So the main thing is that fully the AI tools are based on the generative AI based data. Okay. So transparency and explainability are one of the most important second pillars of a safe and trusted AI ecosystem. And the third one, data privacy and security. Okay. Suppose if you want to know regarding the percentage of plagiarized content, okay, then you have to check it through the plagiarized software like Turnitin, Authenticate plus AI detector, Drillbit, okay, and sometimes many scholars and students use the free versions, and they upload their thesis, but they don't know about the privacy and security. So that is the main concern. So personal and sensitive data must be protected through consent. Maybe you can use, that is a technical term, encryption, secure storage, and compliance with data protection laws. So that is the data privacy and security. The third pillar of a safe and trusted AI ecosystems. Okay, and now human oversight and accountability. Means artificial intelligence can recommend or assist, but humans remain responsible for final decisions, outcomes, and ethical judgment. As I already mentioned in my previous session, that I have already mentioned, you have to maintain and you have to take the decision, because you are the owner of the data. You have generated the content, and you have to check the outcomes, because AI can recommend, it can assist, because you can think of AI as a research assistant, not it is a replacement. It will not replace you, but it can help you, it can assist you so that you can expedite your research and to make your research more productive and efficient. That is the main thing. So human oversight and accountability is also fourth pillars of a safe and trusted artificial intelligence ecosystem. And last, the robustness, safety, and reliability. So artificial intelligence systems should be accurate, tested, or safe to use in real world environments. Okay, so it's a very important thing. It's a very important thing that the robustness and safety and reliability of your data. So, and if you at present, if you see the NEP focus, NEP means National Education Policy focus. So access, equity, and quality. Okay, and digital education, multilingual content, lifelong learning, but outcome is affordable, inclusive, and flexible education for all. So the focus areas for this session is now you can tell me how we can maintain to build the safe artificial intelligence ecosystem. Okay, it's a very important thing because I'm sorry, because data privacy, as I already mentioned now, the safe artificial intelligence ecosystems protect your data, and your institution should approve tools. What type of tools your faculty will use, and what type of tools your students will use for their activities, educational activities. And you have to define safe usage, because that is why institutions should train the faculty and scholars in order to alleviate these issues. That is the main things of data and security. And individuals should, means any student should avoid uploading sensitive data, and they can think before sharing content. So security is not a technical issue alone, right? It is an ethical responsibility, as human oversight and accountability, because AI can recommend, as I already mentioned, but AI cannot be held accountable. So if grades are incorrect, research is flawed, or bias enters decisions, so responsibility lies with faculty and institutions. So let us be clear: accountability cannot be automated. That is the main thing. And now you can think, definitely, if you want to build safe and trust AI ecosystem, then AI literacy is one of the most important foundation pillar, if you consider it. Because AI literacy means you have to understand limitation. You have to recognize hallucination, as I already described and discussed what is hallucination, when hallucinations happens. And AI literacy means it will detect bias. Bias means, suppose in your colleges you have trained the data and created large language models. If you, suppose in broader sense, if you ask about something about bad about China, then you are using DeepSeek, they will not give you the proper answer, because they have trained the data like that way so that they can give only the positive answers. That is the biasness. So you have to detect the biasness. So AI literacy and AI influence. AI influence means you are going to access it properly. You are going to access it in fast way. But this is different from simply knowing how to use tools. So an AI literate academic does not fear artificial intelligence. They use it critically and ethically. That is the main things. And it's a nice topic. And this is the first time actually I am going to deliver such type of topics, because most of the classes I have delivered based on hands-on. But this is the first class that is fully theoretical, but it's a nice topic, because if you want to use the artificial intelligence, then you have to maintain these 5 pillars in order to maintain academic integrity. You have to use it responsibly. You have to maintain the ethics. That is why AI literacy is one of the most important things. Now you can ask me, what is the institutional or college roadmap? So to summarize it, if you summarize, so colleges should develop, my point of view, actually whatever I am going to say, it's not a theory or it's not a thing. So colleges should develop clear artificial intelligence policies. Universities or colleges should integrate artificial intelligence ethics into curriculum. Okay? And you can conduct regular faculty development programs, as you have already conducted, as far as you know. And it's a nice gesture. And you should review policies as artificial intelligence evolves. Okay, because you see at the very beginning, ChatGPT, we used the model GPT-4. Now, at present, the model 5.2. So that is why you have to review policies as artificial intelligence evolves. So AI, artificial intelligence governance must be dynamic, not static, right? So that is the main thing. Now you can say how we can, suppose you are going to write a paper and you have taken help from various, you have taken help AI from AI tools. You have used more than 5 AI tools. Now you can tell me I am going to submit my journal to the journal house. How I can express or how I can reveal that I have used such type of things from such type of tools. That is why you can use these tools. Okay, GA, DAT, declaration generation. So you can also maintain the transparency, because that transparency and explainability is one of the most important things. So in order to maintain that things, you can use the GI, DAT declaration generator. It's a nice for tool. I think 1 month back they have developed, and it's a still you see, if you see, it's a beta version tool. Okay, so who delegated the task? Suppose you write your name or collective responsibility. Which LLM was used? Suppose if you generate your content using the chat GPT, then you write the model, the GPT 5.2 instant. Now you select delegated task, right? Conceptualization. Okay. So transparency means you have to declare when artificial intelligence is used. Transparency means you have to understand what AI can and cannot do. So if artificial intelligence suggests a research gap, a method or a calculation, the scholar must still justify it, verify it, or defend it. So remember, artificial intelligence suggestions are not academic arguments. So if you use these tools, suppose in conceptualizations, you have used the ChatGPT for idea generation, then click idea generation. In literature review, suppose you have used the artificial intelligence tools for analyzing of market trends or patent environment, then click here. In order to write the literature methodology parts, or in order to develop the methodology, suppose you have used the AI tools for research design and software development and automation. Yes, I have used the code generation. And for data management, I have used the validation, I have used the visualization, because visualization, as you know, the napkin, there is a lot, there are ideogram, mid journey, lot of tools you can use. Then definitely we write the data management options. And writing, for academic writing or writing your paper, you have used AI tools for proofreading, you have used for reformatting, you have used for formulations of conclusions. Okay. Now for ethics review, this is the main important things and that are very much related to this session: the bias analysis and potential discrimination assessment. So I am going to click on ethical risks analysis. For that purpose I have used, and supervision. For supervision I have used the recommendations only. And additional comments optional. So we used ChatGPT 4, but we used Grok. Okay. Now click on generate. You see, this is the disclosure of delegation to generative AI. So for which purpose you have used the AI tools, you can declare it And as you know, the each and every journal house has their own unique AI policy. You can also maintain that. But if you submit this disclosure, so it will definitely maintain the transparency, because you are going to declare that I am already use the AI. I have understand that what AI can and cannot do. So this is the ethical and responsible use. Because ethical artificial intelligence use does not mean banning artificial intelligence. It does not mean banning artificial intelligence, but it means setting clear boundaries. If you see this disclosure, and once this disclosure will collect the editor, it will give, suppose reviewer 3. Reviewer 3 is a tool, okay, for review, in order to review your paper, so that you can critically review. Suppose Notebook LM. Notebook LM is a nice tool for mind mapping, for generating or podcasting, for generating knowledge base. Suppose you have a 20 papers, you just upload that 20 papers in your field, and it will create a knowledge base. And from that knowledge base, you can start asking questions, whatever you have about their domain, so that you can get the proper output. But you don't know what algorithms they have used to sort your paper from 20 papers, how they have created the knowledge base. That is why the safe and trusted AI ecosystem is needed. Okay, but without knowing anything, as a black box at present, you are using the artificial intelligence tools, and that is a dangerous thing. That is why in this, the session is very much important and very much required. Because what is safe and trusted AI ecosystem, if I say, if you now tell me what is a safe and trusted AI ecosystem, means a safe AI ecosystem is not just about choosing the right tool. Oh, suppose you know, I know everything about this tool. I know this tool that can summarize the paper. I know this tool that can summarize the things. I know this tool that can analyze the data, qualitative data, quantitative data. But if you want a safe and trusted AI ecosystem, so that means it is not just about choosing the right and perfect tool for perfect work. It includes policies, guidelines, awareness, accountability. So, a trusted AI ecosystem ensures that it can support learning, teaching, or it can ethics guide usage, or it also maintain the transparency. So you have to give the proper attribution, proper credit, and proper references in order to avoid the plagiarism issues. So you are going to use the AI detection tool. Who is responsible, and how do you know that the AI detection tool will detect all the content that is generated by the AI? It's a very difficult things, where no AI generated is there to detect the AI content, AI generated content. Only one thing, if you build a safe and trusted AI ecosystem, that will maintain the integrity, ethics, and that means you are going to use the AI responsibly. Okay, and data privacy, as I already mentioned, bias. So artificial intelligence system learns from historical data. I have many times mentioned, and historical data reflects social biases, language dominance, regional imbalance. So artificial intelligence may unintentionally favor certain writing styles. They can follow. Suppose you are going to generate the content. Suppose you type in write about a climate change. So this AI may unintentionally favor certain writing style. Okay, suppose if you want to get the citation in ML style, but by default they have set APA style, then definitely you will get the APA style in lieu of the ML style. And it can unintentionally penalize non-native English expression. And besides, it can reproduce gender or cultural bias. So in higher education, this affects fairness, which means human judgment must always remain central. That is the main thing. So AI can assist literature exploration, it cannot validate literature. Right? So validation is always a human responsibility. So this is a big idea that and big. I would like to thank to the organizer again for choosing such type of contemporary issues. And without these things, without this class or without this session or without these topics, if you use the AI tools, that means the banning of equivalent to banning of AI. Okay. So I will definitely tell you to look after the matter. And let me conclude with one final thought. The AI will continue to grow. We cannot stop it, but we can guide it. So the future of higher education must be human-led. And it should be ethically governed and trust-oriented. So AI assist, not AI driven. That is why I have already mentioned you can think of it as an assistant, not your replacement. So technology earns legitimacy only when guided by human values. So thank you for your attention, and I now welcome your questions and reflections if you have any regarding the session, because unfortunately I leave the station, but it's a nice topic and it will take entire day if I want to cover. So I am not able to demonstrate the AI tools for teaching learning purpose or for research purpose, as I have already demonstrated in your college. So if you have any questions, then please let me know so that I can share my view. Okay, dear faculty
Thank you,
members.
sir. Thank you so much. I think this was a very informative and detailed discussion about the ethics and to some extent safety and responsibility about using the AI. So AI, we have many students listening to the talk, and some teachers are also attending the workshop seminar. But in case of AI, I think both the professors and the students are in the same platform. We are all students because AI is to some extent new to all of us. So as a representative of the teachers and obviously a student, I have one question. So I'll start the question answer session with my question. I'll just flash the question in front of the screen so that everyone can read. And sir, you can also read the question. So, but still, I will read out the question for others. So suppose, sir, if I am using ChatGPT and I have a paid version of a ChatGPT, and suppose I am using that for my data analysis, and I have uploaded a sample data set to the ChatGPT platform, and is that possible? Or if possible, how I can make sure that my data will not go in other hands, or it will remain protected in future? So is that possible? And if possible, how?
Okay, nice question. So you are using ChatGPT paid version. means you are using ChatGPT 5.2 instance and some others. There's a agent, AI agent, and
Yes, sir.
if you use the AI agent for data analysis tool, there is options. If you go in settings for in ChatGPT, then you can off the same thing that your data will never go outside. There is a settings. Just set your thing that just of that portion. So no data will be transferred to their server for storing purpose. But you will get the answer. Okay. So first and clear truth. Let me start with an honest statement. If you paste your data directly into a public AI chat window, you lose full control over it. But that is why data protection depends on how ChatGPT is used, not just that it is used. So we must clearly distinguish safe and unsafe usage nodes. Besides, I already mentioned you just off the things that your data will never go outside for training purpose. There is option in settings. Okay. Recently, I did it.
Okay, and sir, I came across the same response from one AI platform also, that you can switch it off, the transferment of the data. But I just wanted to make sure if it actually works or not. Uh, and one more question I have from the listeners, and it is not visible in the screen, but I'll just read it out. That most of the students, if they are using like ChatGPT or any other platform, they directly post questions. Like if the answer or the study material is not available with them, they directly post questions. Suppose if it is a like science subject, they will directly ask for a definition or a short note about some sort of subject or topic. So most of the time we see that the result of that question is somehow general and not to the point, or not very scientific. So how it is actually a kind of prompt, how to write the prompt, but in easy words, if you can suggest students that how they can uh, um make a solution for this problem, like just to get the proper answer, how they can write the prompt in few words, if you can answer that.
Okay, okay. So actually, um, this is there is another one question. The one answer, the one premise or private AI deployment. If your institutions deploy AI models on local servers, or you can restrict internet access, then you can control data access or logging. That is the main thing. If you want to get proper actionable insight using the large language models against your prompt, then you have to give the proper prompt, because that is called the magic prompt. Means your role, you have to write down your role, your objective, and your action. Suppose if you want to write a research paper, then in the prompt at the very outset you have to give the instruction to the artificial intelligence model that you act as a professor. You just first write, you act as a professor. Then you write a paper on that. Suppose if you want to if you want to write a blog on some particular topics, but in blog there is some particular things you have to include it. You have to include. That is why you at the very outset you have to define you act as a expert blogger. Then you write the prompt. Then you will get the same thing. And now, if you can do it reverse way. Suppose if you want to write a note on artificial intelligence. Okay, that is a prompt. That is a bad prompt. Okay, because you did not mention the tune, you did not mention the role. Means it's a zero instruction. Nothing is there. You just give what is artificial intelligence. But if you are the very outset, you write, You, as an expert of artificial intelligence, then you write what is artificial intelligence. Or otherwise, you just write the prompt. Yeah, I would like to know about the artificial intelligence in details, and for everything, for beginners and advanced levels, or tune, persuasive or academic tone. You have to use all those things, tone. Then you write, give me the prompt. It will give you the prompt. Then that prompt you just copy and paste it. Then you will get the proper answer from the ChatGPT. If you use the paid version, or if you don't use the paid version, then you will get the hallucination. Because at present, the free version supports the data up to 2023 September. So if a guys or if a students asks after that 2023 September, they will definitely get the hallucinations. It's a very difficult task for students to detect the hallucinations, because it will give you the made up, fabricated, false informations, and they will pretend that whatever they have generated, that is fully correct. So data anonymization you can also use, like before using artificial intelligence, you remove your names, remove IDs, remove personal details, or you can use the synthetic data in lieu of the original data, instead of original data. So who is responsible for data protection? AI tools do not protect data by default. Human and institution must enforce protection. So responsibility lies with faculty members, research scholars, institutional policymakers. Okay. If you say the students, please use these tools for this purpose, because you have already gone through these tools and you know everything about that tools. Okay. Actually, there are various types of prompt engineering itself is a good things. It will take 4 and 5 hours only for prompt engineering. That is the science and art of prompting, right? If you give proper prompt, then you will get the proper results without less bias, without less hallucinations. And if you write bad prompt, then you will definitely get the bad results. Okay, sir.
Right, sir. So now Dr. Mridul Ghosh is already here, the next speaker, but I think he has some questions for Dr. Ujjwal sir. So I will request
Yes, sir, yes.
Mridul to please continue.
Babu, thank you for আপনার স্টার্ট করার কথা ছিল, আপনি আমাকে সময় দিলেন, আপনি স্টার্ট করে ফেলেছিলেন। বলুন। আপনার সাউন্ড আসছে না। ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ তাহলে।
স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে?
স্যার এক মিনিট।
হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে, বলুন বলুন।
স্যার আমার কোশ্চেন হচ্ছে যে আমরা এতদিন পর্যন্ত কি করতাম, আমরা মডেল বানাতাম, মডেল বানিয়ে আমাদের কোনো একটা টাস্কে করতাম, সেটা ডিপ লার্নিং বেসড হোক বা এখন তো ট্রান্সফর্মার আছে, ট্রান্সফর্মার বেসড হোক। তো এখন যখন আমার কাছে লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেল আছে, লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলকে ধরে নেওয়া হচ্ছে সমস্ত মডেলকে কম্প্রাইজ করে বানানো হয়েছে, তো তাহলে কি আমি যদি লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলটাকে যদি লোকালি ট্রেন করি, হ্যাঁ, তাহলে তো আমার পারপাসটা সলভ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, ফলে আমার তো মডেলের কোনো দরকার পড়ছে না।
না, আমি নতুন করে মডেল বানাতে গেলে সেটা তো বিশাল ব্যাপার। ঠিক আছে, আপনি নতুন লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলটাকে ফাইন টিউনিং করতে পারেন। হ্যাঁ, লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলের সঙ্গে আপনি এমসিপি বা আরএজি লাগাতে পারেন, কারণ আরএজি যখন লাগাবেন একটা লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলের সঙ্গে, সাপোজ ধরুন আপনি একটা চ্যাটবট করেছেন, ঠিক আছে, তারপরে আপনি আপনার ডিপার্টমেন্টের সমস্ত ইনফরমেশন দিচ্ছেন আপনার কলেজে। এবার ধরুন একটা কোনো পার্টিকুলার স্টুডেন্ট যদি ও জিজ্ঞেস করে যে আজকে সিদ্ধেশ্বরী কলেজের টেম্পারেচার কত, ঠিক আছে, তাহলে কিন্তু ও পাবে না, কারণ ওখানে ওই লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেলে কিন্তু ওই ডেটাটা ট্রেন নেই, কারণ দ্যাট ইজ দ্য কারেন্ট ডেটা। তো এই ক্ষেত্রে কি করা হয়, আরএজি ইউজ করা, রিট্রিভাল অগমেন্টেড জেনারেশন। রিট্রিভাল অগমেন্টেড জেনারেশন করে ওই এপিআই দিয়ে ডেটাটাকে ফেচ করে ওই আরএজি প্লাস এলএলএম এর কন্টেন্টটা ইউজ করে মানে চ্যাটবটে দেওয়া।
হ্যাঁ,
সুতরাং আপনি ফাইন টিউন করাটাই বেটার। আপনার কোশ্চেনটা খুব ভালো, ফাইন টিউন করাটা বেটার, কারণ লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেল অলরেডি আছে, ওটাকে ফাইন টিউন হোক, আরএজি হোক, এমসিপি হোক, বা আপনি যদি কোনো এজেন্টিক এআই করে ওটা করতে পারেন তাহলে তো আরো ভালো হয়।
তো স্যার বলছিলাম যে চ্যাট জিপিটি আমি যা দেখেছি, চ্যাট জিপিটি লোকালি ট্রেন করা যায় না, আমার লোকালি ডাউনলোডই করা যায় না ওটাকে, কিন্তু
না,
অন্য
না,
মডেল যেমন ইন্টার্ন ভিএল আমি লোকালি ট্রেন করতে পারি, জেমিনাই তো এপিআই ইউজ করতে পারি। তো তো এই ধরনের আর কি মডেল সাজেস্ট করেন যেখানে আমি লোকালি ট্রেন করে আমার মডেল বানাতে পারি?
আর ট্রেন করে মানে আপনি হাগিং ফেসে যাবেন, হাগিং ফেসে
হ্যাঁ,
দেখবেন সমস্ত কিছু পেয়ে যাবেন, হাগিং ফেস আছে ওখানে পাওয়া যাবে। আর এমনিতে মডেল কম্পারিজন করে সেখানে গেট মাল্টিপল একটা আছে, ওখানে সবকিছু দেখা যায়। এই যে গেট মাল্টি ওয়াই, মানে আপনি এখানে সমস্ত মডেল পেয়ে যাবেন, ঠিক আছে, এই মডেল সাইড বাই সাইড, প্রত্যেকটা মডেল পাবেন যা আছে আপনি দেখে নেবেন। আরটা আছে পিও বলে আছে, পিওই, ওখানে আপনি পাবেন। দেখুন প্রত্যেকটা মডেল এখানে সনেট, জেমিনি, ক্লড, কিম, মানে বাদ নেই, এটা দারুণ, মানে এটা একটাই চালাবেন সমস্ত মডেল আপনাকে দেখাবে। আর রানিং লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেল আপনি লোকাল কম্পিউটার হোক, ইনস্টিটিউশনাল সার্ভার হোক, যদি আপনি ডেটা না পাঠাতে চান বা ক্লাউড বেসড এআই সার্ভিস ইউজ করতে পারেন, তবে আমার মনে হয় লার্জ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মডেল যেটা এক্সিস্টিং আছে তার এপিআই নিন, এপিআইটাকে দিয়ে আরো কোনো এপিআই থাকলে সেটাকে লাগান, আরএজি ইউজ করুন, মেসেজ কন্টেক্সট প্রোটোকল ইউজ করুন। এগুলো দিয়ে যখনই আপনি ফাইন টিউনিং করবেন বা ওটাকে ডিরেক্ট ওখান থেকে ডেটা রিট্রিভ করবেন, তাহলে আপনার জিনিসটা, কারণ নিজের ডেটা আপনি নিজে তৈরি করতে পারবেন। ধরুন আপনার একটা পিডিএফ ফাইল আছে 10খানা, সেই 10খানা পিডিএফ ফাইলে অনেক কোশ্চেন আছে, ঠিক আছে, সেই 10খানা পিডিএফ ফাইল কপি তুলে ওটাকে ট্রেন করে ভেক্টর মেক্টর যা আছে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন যা করে করে ভেক্টর বেস তৈরি করে ওটাকে ট্রেন করলো, তখন আরএজি দিয়ে ওই ডেটাটা আপনি দিতে পারবেন। সো রিট্রিভাল অগমেন্টেড জেনারেশন।
এবার স্যার ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে যে আমি যখন পাবলিকেশন করতে যাচ্ছি তখন আমার কাছে র্যাগ অ্যাভেলেবল আছে, আমার কাছে যে মডেলগুলো অ্যাভেলেবল আছে, যেই মডেল আমি লোকালি ট্রেন করতে চাইছি, আমি কি করছি বেসিক্যালি আমি ফাইন টিউনিং করছি আর কিছু ধরুন আমি অ্যাড অন করছি, ঠিক আছে, অ্যাড করছি বা ডিলিট করছি বা আমি জাস্ট কম্প্রাইজ করছি মডেলগুলোকে। তো এর এই যে কাজটা হবে, এই কাজটার মানে কন্ট্রিবিউশনটা কোন জায়গায় আমি দেখাবো, যে আমি যখন পাবলিশ করতে যাব তখন এই কাজগুলো কি পাবলিশ হবে?
ডেফিনেটলি। এখন আপনি তো এটা তো অ্যাপ্লিকেশন লেভেলের কাজ, আপনি তো এটা কোড লেভেলের কাজ না। এবার এটাতে আপনি বেঞ্চমার্ক কিছু দেখাতে চান তখন কোড লেভেলের কাজ হবে। বেঞ্চমার্ক বা ভ্যালিডিটি, মানে ইভ্যালুয়েশন যেটা করা যায়, যেগুলো ইভ্যালুয়েশন, আমি টুলগুলোর নাম মনে পড়ছে না, ইভ্যালুয়েশনের জন্য দুটো খুব ভালো টুল আছে, সেই টুলটা দিয়ে আপনি ধর কেউ একজন আরএজি দিয়ে করেছে, আপনি এটা যখন নিজে করছেন, এটা অ্যাপ্লিকেশন লেভেলে ডেফিনেটলি এটা নিউ কন্ট্রিবিউশন,
ঠিক,
এটা প্রজেক্ট এ নয়, কিন্তু এটা ইভ্যালুয়েশন যখনই দেখাবেন তখন তো কোর কাজই হচ্ছে, মানে বেঞ্চমার্কিং যখন দেখাবেন। আমার কি একটা ভ্যালিডেশন করার জন্য টুল আছে, আমি নামটা ভুলে গেলাম, সেগুলো দিয়ে নিজে করা যায়।
স্যার বলছিলাম যে
আপনি স্যার আপনি মেট টুলও দিতে পারেন, আপনি সিনথেটিক ডেটা বা কোনো লাইভ ডেটা নিয়েও ডিরেক্ট কাজ করতে পারেন আরএজি বা এমসিপি দিয়ে, সেটাও করা যায়। সরি
স্যার আগের প্রশ্নজিৎ কোশ্চেনটা আমি কন্টিনিউ করছি। আমি যখন কোনো পেপারকে, কোনো আমার লেখা পেপার আমি সেটা পাবলিশ করিনি, আমি পেপারকে ডিরেক্টলি আমি চ্যাট জিপিটি বা জেমিনাইতে দিয়ে দিলাম, দিয়ে টেস্ট করলাম, বললাম যে তুমি রিভিউ করো পেপারটাকে, রিভিউ করে আমাকে কমেন্ট দাও যে কেমন পেপারটা স্ট্রেংথ আছে। এবার এই কাজটা যদি দিই তাহলে কি ও কি ট্রেন হচ্ছে?
এটা তো ডেফিনেটলি ট্রেন হচ্ছে, কারণ ওদের যে কি বলে রিইনফোর্সমেন্ট লার্নিং এর নামটা বলে হিউম্যান ইন লুপ আরটা কি আছে, ওটা দিয়ে ওরা কি করে ওই ডেটাটাকে ডেফিনেটলি ট্রেন করে। এই জন্য দেখুন পেপার রিভিউ করার জন্য চ্যাট জিপিটি বা জেমিনি ইউজ না করে যারা সিকিউর, যেমন রিভিউয়ার 3, দেখুন একটা খুব ভালো টুল আছে রিভিউয়ার 3, ওরা কি করে রিভিউয়ার 3 কিন্তু আপনার ডেটা প্রথমে ওদের লিখে দেয় আপনার ডেটা সিকিউর এবং এনক্রিপ্টেড, মানে কোন রকম আপনার ম্যানুস্ক্রিপ্টের কোনো কন্টেন্ট ট্রেন্ডও করবে না, পুরো এনক্রিপ্টেড ওয়েতে কাজটা করে। এবার যেটা করে ওখানে কি করে, আপনি আমি দেখাচ্ছি, দেখুন এই যে আমি একটু খুলেও ছিলাম, এই যে রিভিউয়ার 3, এখানে আপনি যাবেন, এই যে আপনার পিডিএফটা তুলে দেবেন এখানে, ঠিক আছে, এই যে ব্রাউজ করে পিডিএফ যখনই তুলে দেবেন, যেমন আমরা একটা পেপার দিচ্ছি এখানে, জাস্ট এ মিনিট, এই দেখুন আমি একটা পেপার দিলাম, তো রিভিউ করার জন্য দিলাম, এখানে কি আছে এখানে তিনটে রিভিউয়ার আছে। দেখুন, তিনটে আমি যখন সাবমিট ফর রিভিউ করব, ও আমাকে বিয়েতে চাইছে সাইন কন্টিনিউ গুগল। ও তিনটে রিভিউয়ার আছে। তিনটে রিভিউয়ার কি করবে, ওই তো আপনার পেপারটা রিভিউ করবে। রিভিউ করার পর ও কি করবে, একটা কনসেনসাস তৈরি করে একটা ওখানে আছে, দেখুন ওই ওর নাম হচ্ছে, একটা এডিটর আছে, আপনি দেখতে পাবেন পুরো। ওই এডিটরের কাছে চলে যাবে, এডিটর তখন আপনাকে ওই পিডিএফটা দেবে যে আপনার কি হতো, যেমন নোটবুক এলএম করে যেটা। নোটবুক এলএমও কিন্তু আপনার এটা করে না, ওই আপনার ডেটা ট্রেন করে না। নোটবুক এলএম আপনি দিলেন তো, ও কি করবে, আপনার ওই পেপার নিয়ে একটা পডকাস্ট তৈরি করে। পডকাস্ট ছেলে একটা মেয়ে, ওরা দুজনই ক্রিটিক্যালি ইভালুয়েট করে আপনার পেপারটাকে। তখন আপনি দেখবেন ওই যে ক্রিটিক্যালি ইভালুয়েট করছেন, ওখান থেকে আপনার যদি কোনো ল্যাপ না থাকে পেপারে, ওরা কিন্তু সেটা আলোচনা করে। ওই নোটবুক এলএমও কিন্তু করে, এইখানে আপনি করতে পারেন। তো সুতরাং এটা ভালো, এখানে আপলোড করে দিলেন, দারুণ এখানে দেয়। আরো আছে অনেকগুলো, যেমন রিভিউ ইট বলে আছে, তারপরে আসলে প্রচুর টুল আছে। আমি আজকে টুলের ক্লাস নেবো বলে আসিনি, অনেক টুল আছে যেগুলো দিয়ে শুনুন, রিসার্চের একদম মানে ব্রেনস্টর্মিং থেকে রিসার্চ গ্যাপ ফাইন্ডিং থেকে পাবলিকেশন পর্যন্ত প্রত্যেকটা স্টেপ, প্রত্যেকটা স্টেজ, প্রত্যেকটার জন্য আলাদা আলাদা অনেক টুল আছে। আমি অনেকে ক্লাস নিই, আমি আজকে দেখাতে পারলাম। আমি বলবো আপনাকে জেমাইনাই বা চ্যাট জিপিটিতে না ইউজ করেন স্যার, আপনি এটা ইউজ করুন।
হ্যাঁ, রিভিউয়ার থেকে এটা সেফ, এটা লোকালি ট্রেনও করে না আর সেভও করেন না।
হ্যাঁ, ওদের দেখবেন আপনি দেখতে পাবেন কি করছে না করছে। আরো আছে দু তিনটা যেগুলো করেন না।
ওকে স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। নেক্সট টাইম যদি প্রোগ্রাম অর্গানাইজ হয় স্যার, একটু এজেন্টিক এআই নিয়ে একটু আপনার কাছে শুনতে চাই।
আমি এজেন্টিক এআই নিয়ে কালকে ক্লাস নিলাম, একটা বড় জায়গাতে ক্লাস নিয়েছিলাম।
হাউ টু মেক এজেন্ট, এবং
হ্যান্ডসন ছিল পুরো এজেন্টিক এআই এর উপরে।
হ্যাঁ, তো নেক্সট প্রোগ্রামে স্যার আপনি স্যার প্লিজ এটা নিয়ে একটু আলোচনা করবেন, এটা আমাদের খুবই দরকার।
আপনারা হ্যান্ডসন করলে যেতে পারবো, কারণ শুনুন, এই অনলাইনে সবটা হয় না, আমরা টু স্পিক দ্য ট্রুথ,
একদম খুব ভালো হয়।
হ্যান্ডসন গেলে আমি দেখানো করা সেগুলো ঠিক আছে, রাইট। খুব ভালো লাগলো আপনার সঙ্গে, মানে আপনাদের সত্যি এই কলেজকে আমি অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ, কনগ্রেচুলেশনস। ন্যাকে আপনারা পেয়েছেন, প্লাস এই যে নতুন চিন্তাধারা, নতুন এআই নিয়ে, মানে ওই রকম একটা জায়গায় ভাবাই যায় না। আজকের টপিকটা ভীষণই সুন্দর, মানে এখন এআই জেনারেশনের চেয়ে এখন এই ব্যাপারটা নিয়ে বেশি চলছে, যে ট্রাস্ট অ্যান্ড সেফ আপনার এআই ইকোসিস্টেম।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
ওয়েলকাম আপনার সবাইকে।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। মিউট করো। স্যার, আপনি একটা সাজেশন দিয়েছেন, যেটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের কলেজের যেন একটা এআই ইউসেজ পলিসি থাকে, তো সেটার জন্য আমরা আপনার সাথে পরে গাইডেন্স নেব কিছু, কারণ ওটা আমরা একদম প্রাইমারি স্টেজে রয়েছি, তো ওটা আমাদের আগামী দিনে আমরা প্রিপারেশন নেব। তো আমাদের আজকের প্রোগ্রামটা আমরা ক্যারি অন করছি, এবং আমাদের নেক্সট যে হ্যান্ডস অন সেশন আছে বাই ডক্টর we will proceed to that, and I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Ujjwal Majid sir, and we hope that he will be guiding us in future also, like as always he has done it. So thank you sir, thank you so much. Mridula, we will proceed to the next session, that is hands-on for today's event, and stage is yours. Please proceed with that.
Okay, so my topic is hands-on workshop on safe use of AI in higher education. So I will come to hands-on workshop. Before that, I want to know some basics of AI. I mean the safe side of AI use. Okay, so the first word you can see here, the term is predictive patterns. So AI can predict, AI can't create, AI can't innovate. So AI can only predict, it can give the prediction. So whatever we query to the AI, whatever we want to generate something, it based on everything on prediction. So we use ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, all these AI models without knowing how they are affecting our writings. Whenever we are going to publish somewhere in our journal, our paper, it gets rejected, but we don't have any idea why it gets rejected. The thing is that whenever something happens with the plagiarism software like Turnitin or Drillbit, it is not so much updated. It is going to be updated time to time. But the thing is that few words, few exclamation signs, few literals, they test from these vocabulary or from these sort of literal, the AI models of Drillbit or Turnitin, they give the answer that it is copied from somewhere. Even if it is not given that your paper, your writing is safe for use, something like that. So the reviewer, the editor, they knows what is the thing behind that. So they knows which sort of words, which words actually makes them to find out that it is being copied from AI. So I will today only tell you the few words regarding this usage of ChatGPT and different LLM models. So as you know, we are using generative AI. Generative AI means it generates something. It may be text, it may be audio, it may be video, it may be images. So everything it generates based on the predictions. So this is the philosophy of how the model generates something. Suppose I have a sentence, to sleep well. Now after that, which word will come, it is based on totally on the probability on the vocabularies. So for each and every vocabulary corresponding to the particular sentence, there are some probabilities associated with it. Now you can see from the figure there are probability values written there, and when this probability is fed to the large language model or any language model, it predicts which word will come after these words. So you can see, to sleep well, you have two probabilities, U and R. So which will come first? U will come first or R will come first? So based on this probability, the text will be generated, to sleep well, you are, and something like that. So this is the philosophy. The thing is that it is not creating, it is not innovating, it is just only taking data from the model it is being trained. Now you can see, how would I know that the particular text is copied from AI? There are some markers are already there. So first thing is that high frequency of the middle of the road language. The first line, you can see that high frequency of middle of the road language. Middle of the road language means the average terms that we use. So that is the middle of the road language. So whenever a human writes something, it can innovate. So whenever innovation will come, the language will be differ from the AI based models, because models use some predictions, and the prediction says this word will come after this word. So this is the middle of the road language. So AI avoid rare or idiosyncratic phrasing. It means, if I write some stories, some words which is very much rare, I can use that being a human. But AI will not use that sort of language. It will use the average language that it is already trained. So that particular words will be taken by the AI. So from this we can identify this is the flat type of text writing, not very ups and downs in the text. Another thing is that extreme logical consistency that lacks human emotional noise. So whenever we write, we have some emotional noise. Emotional noise means we can say some sentences which differ the common type of sentence structure. Suppose the sentence I have written here, I hate you but I love you. So this is the total contradiction. that is not written by any AI model. So AI model will not write such a sentences, hate you and love you, the same sentence, or like this way. So by this we can identify that this text is written is AI or human. And these are the more this slide is actually more important for us. Being a student, being a teacher, we can easily identify that this text has been taken from this AI and from AI. Okay, the word delve, the delve word is used by ChatGPT. I have seen many a times it is using this word delve, tapestry, multifaceted, embog, harness. So whenever you will use this word, we will definitely identify that you have copied these texts from the AI models. Transition catches like furthermore, moreover, in addition, consequently. So these are the common words, but we generally don't use these words so much of times. But AI uses after some lines, it gets the conclusion. So whenever it writes the conclusion, it writes in addition or consequently. So it starts the sentences from these words. Another thing is the essential, pivotal, and comprehensive. These are the AI based words. And you can see another passive voice like I this study was conducted, but we prefer to write I conducted the study. Another words I have collected, this is my collection: cutting edge, innovative, game changer, seamless, synergetic, robust, leverage, facilitate, optimization. So if you find in a text, these are the words, and these words are used many a times, then we can conclude that this text may be taken from AI, not by written by the human. So these words are very important to know. Another thing is that for punctuation style, if I see the more accurate punctuation of any sentences, I'm not telling you that you write with the wrong punctuations, but whenever we find that if the text contains actual punctuations, taken from the Oxford like English language, then we can find that is a trap. Okay, this is not written by the any human. Another thing is that list of uniformity means AI writes text. It starts with some introduction, it writes the body, and it concludes or summarize. So this is the structure of writing of the AI, but we human not generally write this way. Another thing is that comma consistency. uh, we generally don't use comma in the accurate places. We often misses that. In the Oxford like comma, you can see the example: I like coffee, tea, and juice. Okay, so you can see before and there is a comma involved. So this is the correct sentence, but we generally write I like coffee, tea, and juice without any comma after tea. Okay, so AI will write from the Oxford comma. I will come next from the model signatures of ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Grok. You can see the from this bar graph, you can see that 92% of use of Delve by ChatGPT. Tapestry has been used 84% of the frequencies, and Nuance used by the Claude 65%, and Landscape used by Gemini in 78%. So we have to think of these words. If you use these words many times, then we can think that this is not written by human. Uh, Two things: perplexity and bustiness. Perplexity means, actually there are two pillars of detection. Perplexity means prediction of the next word, which will come of the next. The capital of France is dash. So the low perplexity model, the model is robust means the perplexity value is low. So 99% times your model will say that Paris will come, the capital of France is Paris will come. So perplexity means the prediction which has the model gets with the low value, low marker, means it is written by the AI. Similarly for bustiness, human writes with bust. Bust means it writes short sentences, it writes long sentences, but AI tends to have a very uniform or consistent sentence length. So I have a slide, I think, here. So you can see the sentence length. AI signature is consistent with between 15 and 20 words in a sentence. But but we human, we can write 3 words in a sentence up to 40 words in a sentence. So this is the variations of bustiness. So low bustiness and low perplexity means it's written by AI, not by human. If the human writes, then perplexity will be high, and high the bustiness will be high. Uh, Another thing is that Turnitin AI, it identifies patterns characteristic by the large language models and claims that 98% confidence. Okay, but Drillbit takes the predictive probability based on the academic databases. So most of the time, the reviewers prefers to use Turnitin for that. So sentence length, another thing is the vocabulary, formal and academic cliches for AI. But when it comes to human signature, mixed and specific formal and informal vocabulary will be there in the text. For AI signature, logical and heavy-handed type of transition will be there. For human signature, implicit and narrative type of text will be there. For punctuation, it will be flawless. For punctuation for by human, it may be occasionally some errors will be there. So these are the few things I want to share with you for your future writing. Just keep in mind that whenever you are using these words many times, means you are under trap of AI. So this is AIism. So now I will go for the hands-on training, and we will start with the notebook LM. So I am just signing off from here, and I will join physically to the students and the teachers. So thank you very much. So Prasenjit, we can conclude. Okay.
Thank you, Mridula. I have a question for you. I think you can answer. Thank you, Mridula. This is a very brief and I think very informative presentation. But I have a short question. Like the numbers, the words you have mentioned, tail, etc. So those words they can appear in any script of any subject, or they are computer science related words.
No, in any subject, in any text, ChatGPT often uses the word del, I think. Maybe literature, maybe science, maybe art, so doesn't matter. But it uses. This is a signature of ChatGPT.
Okay. And if I want to know the words mostly used in the biological science, like in my subject, so is there any way that I can find out the words that I should avoid, or I should look for in a passage or in a written text? Like in biological science, is there any list of words or something?
So there is no such list of words, but for biological science, there must be some keywords. So I am not talking about the keywords. I am talking about the vocabulary words, literature words that AI uses. So from particular words, if the words are being used many a times in a text, then we can infer that it is taken from the AI. Suppose nuance, it is many a times used by the Grok. Okay. Suppose the word is tapestry, many a times used by ChatGPT 4. Okay, landscape by Gemini. So these are the signatures of the models. Okay, but for particular keywords, so doesn't matter.
Okay, so I think we can move to the hands-on session, and we will carry on the hands-on session with the students and teacher participants present in the computer center of our institute. So those who are watching the presentation in online mode, I think this is the end for the online session, and we will go forward with the offline hands-on session.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
সুরজ আমরা কি এটা অফ করে দেবো?